Yo, what's up, guys? I am back from Japan, and let's talk about something. Those are these fever points. So we have been farming those fever points for a decent amount of time right now. There's about like 5, 6-ish days left on these events. 5 days, or 4 days even. So you might have a lot of points. Hopefully you didn't spend that much of them yet, so I can give you these tips of what not to do. Kind of would have made this video earlier if I was back in the Netherlands, but then again, I think this is a decent time where people have just been farming this a lot and not have been really using them that much, I hope. So first of all, if you're still doing these artifacts things, stop doing it. It's useless. It's absolutely useless. Just get like a triple roll or even a double roll by this point and just roll it, because it's going to get bad rolls anyways, because as said many times before, you don't see the plus 15, you have no clue where it goes into, even if you have the perfect, all like additional damage by speed, HP, defense, attack, all 4 of them, and then it's going to rainbow roll 1 in each with like low rolls. It's still going to be useless. So might as well just like take it as a gamble. It's a bad event in the first place for these parts. So don't really focus on that much. If you're still doing that, biggest tip I can give, just claim it and then just go on with your day. You definitely don't want to go away with us. Probably you did already finish this whole shop, and then you get into this one. Then the big question in this one is, what is the most useful thing to buy? Because a lot of people would say like, oh, energy, easy, just keep buying energy. Well, the thing is, you can translate unknown scrolls into energy as well. And there's a certain formula to it. I will show that in a second on the Excel sheet that I made for that I can check on the events, like how much is each worth. But the thing is, every time you buy it, the price does go up. So I did already buy a decent amount of times, but the price for that reason goes up. So I'll show you in a second which one is better to buy. But might you ask, like, hey, how do you get how do you get energy from unknown scrolls? Well, unknown scrolls summons into 1, 2, and 3-star units. Those 1, 2, and 3-star units you use for making any unit a 6-star. I have a different video on that. We'll leave that in the link down below. But you pretty much just get energy based on like you making 6 stars, and when you make 6 stars, the easiest way to make 6 stars is getting unknown scrolls in, and every time you make a 6-star, you get 200 energy. Plus you get like a, what's it called, Angel Mon, and you get a double EXP, but by the time that you have been doing this for a little bit of time, you're already rocking on 7,700 hours of double EXP, aka the same as 320 days. I think I have enough right now to make that 1 year, but we'll see about that later. But into the core of the video, what should you buy of those, and should those be the only 2 things you buy? Because currently you also do have these over here, which you can actually buy crafting material. The crafting material is a lot more interesting right now, mainly because you only craft 6 stars from those rune crafts on highs. So I would recommend to keep a bit of this the moment that it starts getting more expensive. I don't have the exact math to that, however, because I don't know the exact drop rates. But the moment you can see that this is a very expensive buy, and yeah, that the moment that these get too expensive, I would recommend to deviate a little bit more into these, especially the ones that you're normally not farming that much. If you want to craft fight runes, you get these will runes over here, fire over here, and then swift or despair over there. And make sure that you have enough of these materials, that you don't have it heavily outside of like your normal range. That. But looking at the main thing, energy versus unknown scrolls. For that, I made this sheet where I can simply put in how much points it costs me to get how much energy and how much scrolls I get for that. And then simulate that to like a 10,000 points, and then how many trains do I get, how many of the resources do I get, the rates of the unknown scrolls, and what the average rate is of how many stars I get. And then also dividing that by the amount of numbers of 6 stars that I can make. Which does include also if you have to go all the way from like a 3-star to a 6-star, so you don't have a 5 to 6-star right away, which should be 600, but you also have like the 3-star in there and the 4-star in there. And then also simply what is the value over here. So the thing is, you want to get these 2 numbers as close as possible. Sure, not everyone's going to have this sheet to try around with it. But the simplest thing I've noticed is, let's say that energy buy is 400 and scrolls buy is 200. That is about the rate that you want to be on. So it's about like a 210-ish. Yeah, that is about the actual rate that you want to be on. So rule of thumb with this is very simple. You want to keep your energy buy twice the price of your scroll buy. So in my case, I went very hard overboard on the scroll buy because it's 225. To make this balanced again, I have to make this around like a 440. So that is also my plan that I will do. And every time you buy it, it just goes 10 up. So I can do a decent amount of buys on this in the first place. You don't see the total amount that I have. Now you see the total amount that I have. So I can actually buy this all the way down to the amount of that I have and then still be kind of okay. I do notice that if I would purchase this, it is... Oh, I did click on the thing that it instantly buys. I would say a buy on this for like 100 seems like a little bit a bad buy. But if you do it like the first few tries where this buy is like, let's say a 50-ish or like upwards of like close to 100, I would buy these. But anything over that, it feels a little bit overpriced in my opinion. So then it's better to just go on making this twice the price of this, which I'll just continue to do. Let's see how far we get. It does end up getting like super expensive towards the end. Yeah, I cannot even make this double the price of that right now. You could say right now, getting 15 on those for just 35, whereas this is a lot more expensive right now, is worth it, but it is only worth it if you also have enough of the rune pieces. Because if you don't have enough of the rune pieces, you can buy all of the other side materials, but it's never going to be that useful. So let me actually check how much I have of those right now. So if we check for will runes, I do have a decent like 2k of those. And not that many of those. Okay, so I can actually buy a few more of those as well, which I will probably do. That kind of levels it out to get these like rune pieces, whatever they're called. I legitimately don't even know what these things are called. But to kind of level that out, I did already buy a decent amount for the will runes, because will runes, I just don't like to farm necro. And you can put those for like will runes in the first place. But yeah, as you can see, getting one buy over this right now is like 3.7, whereas one buy for simply these things is just so much more like cheaper. So I would just recommend you to go for one buy in each and just kind of do it that way. So with that one buy in each, you make like everything like a little bit more expensive every time. Just have to make sure that you have enough of these, but if you have enough of those, that's totally fine. And I don't really have like a hard preference in which one I go more in than one of the others. I'm not sure when I went hard overboard on this one, because I think this was not really a good buy to make it 175. Pretty sure I went way too heavy on that one for the buy itself, but yeah, that's a mistake on my end. So that's also a tip. Don't go super heavy overboard, it's just buying everything into energy, because a little bit of this and a little bit of the other things might actually help out a decent amount. And yeah, that will give us a lot of energy, but also a lot of these crafting materials. And the crafting materials are actually pretty legit right now. Like getting the crafts in, if we were to say like, okay, give me some good fight runes. Do have to keep in mind that for every of the normal pieces from the dungeon, you need like, what's it called? Like you need like half a piece for the other one. So it's like a 2-to-1 ratio for this. So you do need a little bit less of these. There's a rune piece. Yeah, you need less of the rune pieces than the symbol thing. So you have to keep that in mind, that you don't need as many of those, but you can get some nice stuff in here. Let's see if we can actually get some decent stuff. Okay, might be something useful. Might be something useful twice. Not useful on that one. Could be useful. Is, for me, not that useful. But yeah, these kind of things. I think the runecrafts currently is definitely not that bad. I think this might already be an upgrade for a lot of people's like fastest fight rune on this specific slot. For me, I don't really need it because I've been farming or doing a little bit more like event kind of base things for fight in the past. But this is definitely one of those ways that you could get some fight runes in, and we're gonna make an insane fight rune over here. Oh, I did 22 on the triple. I already have like a 31 on this, but it's not the worst for some of that, so. Can help you out a little bit, especially with things you normally don't farm as much, let's say for will runes, let's say for fire runes. I would say most people during the current event have been farming fire runes though, but it does help out a little bit right now. All the tiny bits tend to help out a little bit. So yeah, that's the thing for this event. The event is close to finished. We are getting closer into the 10th, like which is the final 10th anniversary event. I've seen people hinted towards like an LD5 choice, people saying like an LD4 choice. To be honest, I have no fucking clue what it would be. The only thing is, I think that Kantos has to end with a banger on the whole 10x10 event, which I do think they will. I would be surprised if they not. And also keep in mind, if you're planning to spend anything, the biggest pack, which is most likely the most interesting pack of the whole year, is going to be the one in December, which I expect about 2 weeks from now. So I would say like the second week into December, somewhere around that time, it's probably where we know more about that pack. So if you're thinking about spending this month, you might think about like, okay, maybe not, let's not do it this month, but let's just say for next month, because that's mostly where the first time they introduced the Transcendent Scroll was there. First time Ancient Transcendent Scroll was there. So those are the times that if they would introduce something crazy, it would be in there. An Ancient Transcendent Scroll, I think a lot of people can still really pick that up and be really useful for them. So thinking about spending, do it at the holiday season. And man, I've been farming so much FIO throughout this whole event. I got so many re-up targets, but I pretty much got like nothing really interesting. That is the sad part about it. Well, that's the sad life of a Summoners War farmer. As always, we know how those work. I don't even need more of those, but yeah, crafting is all not that bad. Might you ask, is it worth right now to do the crafting on these? I would say that non-selected is probably still best, but I might actually go for like a 30k or even a 60k and then throw everything on Vile and make a video out of that and then just see how that goes. Because I would say if you throw everything on a specific set, let's say FIO, it might be decent to go for the 600, but I'm not too sure about it yet. I wouldn't go any higher on that though, because then it gets really expensive. Like that's also the thing. Like let's say I go all the way for this, then yeah, I can legitimately craft 10 instead of 250. That's well, in that case, well, of course it's 200, not like the 250. But yeah, you get the point. You get the point. It gets pretty expensive pretty fast on those things. Did I do those on? Yeah, I did already do them for those. I am still kind of tempted to wait to make or to see them make this get cheaper, but I think if they wanted to make it cheaper, they would have already done it on the last patch. I'm not sure if they're ever going to make this cheaper. So I don't know. Main thing that I would still like to have them fix anytime soon is R5, because I have so many things that I could grind. But I just do not want to do R5 because R5 really sucks. And I already have a video why R5 really sucks. And I might even do another video and saying why R5 really sucks. It's just that R5 is needed, but we don't really like the farm. Well, guys, definitely back in the Netherlands right now, so definitely going to be doing a lot more videos. I am, however, at the meetup in Hamburg this weekend. So I might not have daily videos right away, but I will be streaming starting off tomorrow again, just taking a little bit of a chill day today. And yeah, with the streaming, we're gonna test like the new units in the balance patch, like the just regular streams, whatnot. I do have a few extra ideas of something that people haven't done yet on stream at all, but I'll talk more about that on the stream itself. So if you want to check out those streams, link in the description down below as well. Guys, thanks a lot for watching this one. If you haven't yet, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel just to get this channel to like 50k subscribers and like 100k and a million subscribers or something. Nah, I'm just like ranting on. Guys, thanks a lot for watching. I do appreciate all of the support I'm getting from you guys, and see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more guides, join the Discord and check out the content tab for the guide video archive, which contains all of the guides that you might need. Hope to see you there.